It's what I imagine like the neurons in a robot are like.
Yeah.
Like whatever's firing in their brain is fucking like this shit.
Absolutely.
Just wireframes and shit.
Yeah.
You know me, and I like a lot of like 90s and like early 2000s inspired graphic design. Very it's like it comes from all kinds of things, just like the shapes used, like both like very round objects and also very angular things too, metallics and like iridescence and stuff. Just like there's a Twitter account that I follow that's called Pure Life Eternal, and essentially a lot of what they do is just collect pictures of like 2000s and 90s products, just designed things. And I'll just go through and just skim through this and just find like all kinds of cool stuff. Like the use of like clear plastics and stuff was like so big in like late
Huge
90s, early 2000s.
Everybody had that purple Game Boy.
Yeah, purple Game Boy, clear DualShock controllers, Hatsune Miku. I guess 90s Hatsune Miku. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know she was that old.
Aphex Twin stuff, like all this stuff is just like I love the look of it. It's incredibly dated.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it has this like, there was something about that time period that was so futurist, and it wanted everything to be very futurist, and like this is a representation of like we're in the future now. Like this is what it is.
I think that was kind of like the beginning of the age where we recognized like, yo, like shit's really changing.
Yeah.
Shit's really
technology
changing
boom was like trying to be present and like let's make everything seem high tech and like look at what the fuck is this?
That looks like those prison TVs.
Yeah. They're playing Resident Evil 3. Nemesis, baby.
I've never seen a clear PS1. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I really like it. Like even like advertising and stuff, like the chromes and like liquid metals and stuff, which I guess sort of like to like segue into the other thing that I like, sort of like a I wouldn't say it's necessarily modern, but a design style that I really like that kind of takes those like liquid chromes and stuff is the Metal Heart genre.
Yeah.
Metal Heart's really, really cool. I love it. This is also a great website too, the Aesthetics Wiki.
Already excited.
It's fantastic. It's just a wiki dedicated to styles of things, but like it's extremely futurist, like, and it's almost like what I was talking about earlier, where it has like it's almost like biomech influence type stuff. If I can even like, where are these links taking me? Can I just see what they look like? Good lord.
There's a gallery button. You just missed it.
You're a gallery
Control
button.
Shift T that shit.
Control Shift T.
Scroll down. Show.
Aha. All this gross 2000s like
busy interface.
Yeah, a lot of it does come from interface design principle from that, but like something about this is just like I love it so much. It's such like a strong aesthetic choice, and it's a very I like there's certain design things that I like to call maximalist art, where there's so much happening that it's like the whole thing itself becomes the subject.
It kind of feels like freeze frames from like action scenes in anime.
Yeah,
like it's just there's so much going on, and it's like super high detail.
Yeah, and there's almost a sense of like an ethereal fantasy element to it too, like with how it's like some of the colors can be like washed out, or it's like you have these like lens flares and stuff, and it's just like I don't know, it's so complicated, and like you have these like tech UI elements that are kind of hidden in here. Like there's so many like people that are doing this very creatively. There's even a guy that I got to chat with about music first, but I think they do all of their visual art as well. I think it's Volant is what they go by. Yeah. But they make a lot of like hard dance music, but they also do all of their own graphic design, motion graphics, and everything. And it is all just that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And I love that it's like, it just keep bringing back that it's just like, it seems like an organic material, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I just find it super fascinating.
Because
it's like fractally, it's all kinds of stuff.
It's kind of like you know how like in the 60s they were all like, we're gonna have flying cars, and like, you know, like
it's an idealist future presentation.
Yeah, it's like the paleo future.
Yes.
It's like all the furniture in A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. It's what I imagine like the neurons in a robot are like.
Yeah.
Like whatever's firing in their brain is fucking like this shit.
Absolutely.
Just wireframes and shit.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, which I guess could bring up like, what are like some like design philosophies or styles that you appreciate? Because I know you appreciate the very like modern, very like sleek presentations, like, because I like it too. Like, while I like maximalist artwork, I appreciate minimalist because you have to be very deliberate with how you present it.
Yeah. You know, I think it's like so cool how, like, for example, like at the end of the day, it's minimalism. But like, for example, like we'll just use Facebook as an example, or I guess it's now Meta. But let's talk about Facebook. Boo.
Boo.
So if you think about it in a lot of ways, Facebook owns the letter F and that particular shade of blue. Like you can see that anywhere and you know what it is. And I think that's the case for a lot of really iconic brands, is how you can own something that low level. Like for example, the board game Taboo. You've played Taboo, right?
Yeah.
You know, they've got like a little buzzer for when you like say the word you shouldn't say or whatever. If you look at it on the underside of
that purple is copyrighted.
Purple, they have copyrighted a purple.
Yeah.
And
they have the hex code on
the
there
hex
too.
code is printed on the buzzer.
Yeah.
And like that kind of shit just fucking really gets me going, because I just really, really love like the power of color and like fonts and things like that. Like
Chris has font books.
I do. I literally have multiple books that are just about fonts. I'm obsessed with fonts. And I just think it's like so powerful how you can take something that's ultimately kind of abstract and doesn't really on its own carry a lot of weight, but when you use it this way, it becomes a brand where people instantly recognize it. Like, I mean, Twitter owns birds basically.
Yeah. Tumblr owns tea.
Yeah.
Like the
Bank of America pretty much owns the American flag at this point.
YouTube owns the play button.
Yeah,
basically.
It's so
which
crazy.
is crazy because when you think about like the early app design on the iPhone, it was like an old TV and it looked like fucking shit.
It was a horrible logo.
So bad.
Yeah, so that we can actually talk about something I don't like, which is I mean, I guess I like it conceptually, but I don't like it in practice, is skeuomorphism.
Skeuomorphism?
Skeuomorphism is
God, look at that fucking ugly emoji.